Iron Man 3. $195.3 million overseas opening weekend. That's impressive. Those are some big numbers. I imagine the budget was 200, 250. So here's my spoiler-filled review on it. I just took a bunch of notes throughout the movie. I was able to watch it on YouTube so I can pause and write stuff down. Because believe you me, I don't like to write stuff down while the movie's going on, because you never know what you might miss. Anyways, here are the notes, and they are in order. Decent intro. I like the narration, the sleep aspects, dream and all that. Christmas, interesting time to set this movie. The suiting up piece by piece, that was awesome and funny. Strong, good intro to the Mandarin, who I thought was going to be badass. Laugh out loud at Bill Maher's cameo. Iron Patriots, War Machine, whatever you want to call him. Decent intro. I like the Christmas Story reference when Stark's talking to that boy. Jon Favreau, funny, but why isn't he directing? Is he burned out from 2? Extremist Brain Feed Live. That was nice. The AI remote control suit, awesome. I do like the Avengers flashbacks and the nightmares. I think that was good for the story, very dramatic. Poor Happy Hogan. His encounter with extremists, the 5 guys, the Heat guys. The 3D crime scene recreation was very cool. First half of this movie, first half hour, it's pretty boring. Why does Stark give Mandarin his address? My name's Tony Stark. I'm not afraid of you. Here's my address. Blah, 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 Malibu. And why doesn't he have some kind of a advanced security system? Let him know when those choppers are coming. What about Jarvis? They have to watch it on the news to see what's going on. It was cool to see Gwyneth suit up, when the mansion's being attacked. And then the suit transfer as well. The handpiece rescue underwater, very good scene. I like the helmet message to Pepper. Hotter Chicks line was pretty funny. Did you see the Stan Lee cameo? Did you spot that? I like the TV guy's tattoo. That was pretty funny. This movie's very one-sided. No montages. No scene by scene. Like when you have 3 big events going on at once and you cut in between them. This one's just very one-sided. The music is pretty bland. I like Tony's gadgets. When he goes to the store and he just builds these gadgets from scratch. Those are pretty cool. The Mandarin, it's all an act. So he was drugged by Killian. And he was used as the fall guy for this whole operation. Okay. So off my notes for a second. It was smart writing, creative, but it just didn't work. It was kind of a letdown for this movie. I mean, the brains behind the operation was Killian, and what happens in the end, which I'll get to, it's still a decent finale, but this was just a weird occurrence, a weird revelation. I expected him to be fighting Iron Man at one point. But as soon as he walked out of the bathroom, he was like, "Oh, ladies, don't go in there for about 20 minutes. And then sits down. Initially, I thought, oh, he already knows that Stark's in his house, so he's going to put on an act. But then they keep talking, and it's like, are you fucking serious? So he's just the fall guy. Again, creative, but kind of a letdown. I mean, this guy looks so badass in the trailers. You'll never see me coming. But, I don't know, I have mixed feelings about it, but Ben Kingsley is great as the Mandarin. This movie gets a bit too philosophical at times. I like Tony's escape and suit up after, being captured. The plane rescue was good. I mean, CGI, it all looks great. It wasn't anything really groundbreaking, though. But, how many plane rescues can you do in movies and try and make them refreshing, new, try some different stuff? I like the backup. When they call for backup, all the suits arrive. Merry Christmas. No suit for Rhodey. What's the deal with that? LOL at the truck impact. So during the final battle, damn, does he suit up a lot. Good fight with Killian. I am the Mandarin. I am. Pepper, wow. So, off my notes again. So when she falls and, we're led to think that she dies, you get this great performance by Downey Jr. But it's like, do you really feel anything for this character? Do you feel bad for him? Now, this is just a question. I'm not telling you how I feel about it. But with his, ego-driven life, the people he hurts, the way he treats others and all that, do you actually feel bad for him in this movie? I know some people change. Some people have moments of clarity, epiphanies and all that. But overall, it's like, did you really feel bad for him, or did he just bring it on himself? I mean, this is all kind of his fault. Anyways, back to the notes. Yeah, Pepper, wow. She really surprised me in the end. I wasn't sure if she was going to die or not. But she gave a great fight in the last battle. The self-destruct of all the suits. Damn, that's a lot of hardware to say goodbye to. The music was really good during that scene. And during the finale, the very last scene, good montage. And again, good music throughout. Oh, here's a random one. The potato gun Mark II. I like that. No Stark Tower in this movie. I didn't even think about that until after I watched it. So maybe he is going to go back and, he's done with the mansion. They're just going to move into Stark Tower or something. And of course we have the post-credit scene featuring Dr. Bruce Banner. Now, with the Mandarin thing, it's kind of like that. It's funny, it's creative, but it's really a waste. I mean, why not just have the Hulk in this movie? Have him show up during the final act. But I know they had a lot of suits to deal with, a lot of suits to work with. But I just felt that was kind of a waste. And yeah, no mention of Stark Tower at all, nothing. So I imagine he still has all of his R&D there. Him and Banner will be doing some work. But, yeah, maybe in Iron Man 4, who knows? But yeah, with the constant suiting up during the final act, it just got to be a bit much. War Machine, Rhodey, didn't have a lot to do. I like that, he saved the president. President was in his suit, and he's like, I need that suit back, sir. It's like, for what? So I thought that was kind of a wasted opportunity also. Iron Man 2, we have all this build-up with him working with War Machine, and the final battle, they kick ass. Guns blazing, working together, teamwork, strategy. And this one, they're out of their suits when they're going onto that ship, and they call for backup, and I don't know, it's just kind of a waste. I really wanted to see them working together just in a different way, But it just seems so bored in this movie. Don Cheadle. I mean, he wasn't given so much to do. It's like, why did I even become War Machine? It's like, you can have the suit operate without me. You can capture the president. And then the final act, it's like, oh, no suit for you. Sorry, buddy. Anyways, those are my notes. Overall, this isn't a bad movie at all. This isn't the flawed third chapter or one with mixed reviews, like Spider-Man 3, X-Men The Last Stand, to name a few. It's not a great movie. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10, because there are enough of those moments that save it. But I think that, I don't know if Jon Favreau would have done a better job. He seemed really out of his element. I watched an interview featuring him yesterday, and he just didn't seem like the Favreau we know. The happy Fav, if you want to call him. And overall, this is kind of a disappointment. Some of the twists and turns, again, with the Mandarin. It just didn't work. This movie's very slow. I think with a couple more action pieces, not so spread out, this movie would have been better. But the last battle and the finale make the movie for me. Those really save it. But definitely check this out. I wouldn't pay more than, honestly, $6 or $7 to see it. The 3D, I don't know about that. Those are pretty pricey tickets. If you can afford them, if they're cheap for you, by all means, go for it. But I don't think you'll get much of an experience. But I really liked Iron Man 2. I'm interested in why other people didn't. What was wrong with it that they thought? How does it compare to Iron Man? Iron Man 2? Well, the first Iron Man it's our Batman Begins of the franchise. I do enjoy Iron Man 2 more than this. It's definitely more watchable. This movie had the Dark Knight Rises tone, very dark throughout. A little too dark, and again, too philosophical. And it's interesting because we have this ego-driven character, very narcissistic, agreed, in the first two movies. And then in the third one, he's taken this turn for the worst. And it's like at the end of Avengers, he almost loses his life, and then he falls to the ground, gets woken up by the Hulk. And he's cracking jokes, and then they're all eating shawarma. Where's the drama? I didn't see any signs of post-traumatic syndrome or anything, stress, anxiety attacks. This all just came up with this movie, and I don't know, it's weird. This is a very complicated movie. It works, but it doesn't. There's a lot of build-up, a lot of good writing, powerful performances, twists and turns, but the pacing is off, it's boring at parts, and there's very little payoff in a lot of the scenes. But, yeah, very mixed feelings, but again, 6 out of 10, I think it's worthy of that. Not a terrible movie. I'm in no rush to watch it again. So yeah, check it out in theaters on May 3rd in the US. And if you have seen it, which is probably why you're listening, leave some comments below. Let me know what you think. And what are your thoughts about Iron Man 4? If that'll even happen. Anyways, congrats to the movie for raking in that $195 million. That is quite an achievement. Who knows how much it's going to make here. A couple weeks until Star Trek Into Darkness comes out. So I think this movie is going to ride the box office really strong for those couple weeks. Anyways, that's going to do it for my extensive, in-depth, spoiler-filled review of Iron Man 3. Thank you very much for listening. Leave some comments and video responses below. And have yourself a wonderful day.